Alright, hello everyone. We are back here for another golden shot tutorial, and I was graciously given a gift card here by one of our members, and wanted to go ahead and put together a tutorial for you guys. And here you see that we have 3 to 5 miles per hour wind. We are going to be using the golden long iron. So about 1.7 per ring with the 66 accuracy. So at 1.7 per ring, you would expect to use, maybe 1 3/4 ring to 3 rings as your base range for all ring adjustments. So if the wind's a 3, for example, exactly. You just want to stay within these bounds that I'm giving you. So 1.75 rings to 3.0 rings would be the baseline for adjustments. The hardest thing with this shot is going to be having no ball guide and predicting how much run out we're going to get. So without further ado here, let's get into the golden shot here and see what I can do with my attempts here. So first I want to test the bounds a little bit. What I usually do is I usually move the arrow up a bit. Now my ideal shot is usually maybe we're going to use 2 and 2. Let's say I usually use about 2 backspin, but I also I'm having trouble seeing with my guide where exactly that is. So I'm going to estimate that it's here, and I'll just learn from my mistake if it isn't. So here you're going to see me go, 2 rings basically. And there you see perfect ball. And let's see if I can get my run out to be somewhat reasonable. It looks pretty good overall. Could have used just a little bit more side spin. But overall, for a first attempt, we'll take that there. And let's see what kind of cards we can get. B52. It's all progress thing. Just kind of grind in a little bit. Take a couple more attempts for you guys. We're just going to tinker around with the spin depending on what we have. Notice last time, so I'm going to crank it up just a little bit. Notice what I was doing with my ball guide. It was very close, maybe within 2 or so of that outer ring. Eventually that outer ring might go away and you might not be able to set it up as a frame of reference for you, but for now you can. So 2 to 3 rings or 2 to 3 green grids from the edge there, and I'm just going to push up as a reference aim, right around 2.5 rings here. And I did not want to risk going for a full pass, but I did get a lot more aggressive, as you can see, and there I actually missed it off to the left. So wow, it looks like the yellow inner circle is a lot larger than I remember it being. I don't remember it being like that on the medium hole. Maybe it has been for a little bit, but it seems to be much bigger. I think we can get it. You can see, playing around with the land zone is going to be the biggest key, and I'm going to, maybe use 3.5 as my reference here. And you can also see that I'm about kind of 4-ish rings from the fringe's edge. So if you use some kind of reference tool to kind of guide you a little bit, hopefully you can be a little bit more consistent. Here we're going to go 2 full rings. Maybe just gently try to get this ball working. So the great ball is going to probably end up costing me. Let's see if it does. Looks like it does, and it's going to actually pull away my outer ring that I'm using. So I'm going to have to start using a new reference point for the way that I go about it, setting up my aim. So if you were You know, if you want to replay this video and see exactly what I was doing to get that distance down, just notice that I was putting the second hop at a very similar spot. But what we're going to do is I'm going to now use the fringe, you know, very similarly to what I was doing. I'm putting kind of 4 rings from the edge. And you're also going to see me anytime that I get something that's pointed maybe a little bit more to the left, you're going to see me maybe just crank up the backspin just a touch and also put it a little bit more towards the left. And in terms of ring play, I'm going to go 2.5-ish here. This is very downwind. And there I did get my perfect ball, so let's hope that I can get it to creep inside this circle here. It looks like it did for a second, but it did fall out. So you can see the hardest part is going to just be getting the ball. And you know, I should have maybe just touched just a little bit more backspin and I would have had that there. And that has to do with, you know, being straight downwind, especially, as to why that's the case. So let's try again here. About 2 backspin, 3.5 side spin. Very similarly, put about, you know, 4 rings from the edge there. Hopefully get that ball guide a little bit going more towards the hole now. And 2-ish rings for my ring adjustment. Perfect ball. And I'm hoping this one creeps in. I'm expecting this one to creep in. So hopefully it stays in. It just rolled out. So you can see we're getting very dialed in, but at the same time, you know, it's a speed thing and we don't have ball guide. So it can be a little challenging. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one in just a little bit slower. Instead of being right here with my 4 rings, I am going to pull it back just, you know, half a ring before even starting. And we're going to just slightly go more than 2 rings because it's a little angled wind. And I want to avoid getting the, let's see if this gets online. I'm assuming hopefully at the very least it's not going to roll out this time. And there you can see, you know, somewhere, if you can just kind of use my reference aim point, I'm going to be happy with that. I would have liked to have got the hole-in-one, but with no ball guide, you know, I'm not going to sit here and continue to feed into it and risk it either. So, you know, you guys are more than willing to, or at the same time, you know, you can just kind of use my strategy, be a one-and-done type guy, especially for this account. Plus, if I save some of this gift card money, I will be able to, after next tournament, put out another guide for you guys. So good luck with your golden shots there. I feel I've given you 2 very consistent approaches, and it's just going to come down to, you know, having a little bit of luck and a little bit of consistency with the way that you do your run out. So good luck, guys, and catch you guys next time.